comedy now switches to BBC Two and Those Happy Families with Jennifer Saunders and Adrian Edmondson. Our play this evening is Maureen Chadwick's Watch with Mother, about a young marriage under strain and the effect of television on the husband's behaviour. Watch with Mother at 9:30 here on BBC One.
The 9 o'clock news from the BBC with Martin Lewis and Philip Hayton.
Labour's leadership quarrel opens up. Mr Kinnock says he'd no hint his defence spokesman would resign.
The mix-up that let McVeigh walk free. London and Dublin plan urgent talks.
2 die in an explosion at an ICI dynamite factory in North Wales.
Michael Dukakis says he'll scrap Star Wars and make Europe pay more for its own defence.
And the smoker who died of lung cancer. Her husband wins £250,000 compensation from a cigarette company. Good evening. The battle for the Labour leadership moved into new territory today as Neil Kinnock's critics sought to capitalise on the sudden resignation in the early hours of the morning of the party's defence spokesman Denzil Davis. Mr Davis objected to a BBC television interview in which he thought Mr Kinnock was moving away from a unilateral position on nuclear disarmament. Last night, Mr Davis said, "I'm fed up being humiliated by Mr Kinnock. He never consults me on anything." Mr Kinnock said he was amazed by the resignation. Mr Davis had given him no hint of his feelings, either directly or indirectly. But Tony Benn, who is challenging Mr Kinnock for the Labour leadership, said it confirmed that there is unhappiness across the whole party about the way things are being done. Mr Kinnock wasted no time in giving Mr Davis's job to his deputy, Martin O'Neill, and this evening wrote to Mr Davis asking him to clarify whether he had resigned from the shadow cabinet as well.
There's a conventional imbalance, and I think most people would agree.
Denzil Davis, a distinguished legal mind with a solid reputation as an ex-Treasury Minister, is one of the brightest intellects in Neil Kinnock's team.